welcome to round 2 with Stick Chewing, Dredge, Snap, Mulligan. This hand doesn't do anything. Even if I draw a discard, this hand doesn't do anything. That's the real kicker. If I had like a Goblin Lore, this hand would be really good because I just draw a discard Grave Troll and then Lore, but not happening. No Dredge card, can't keep. Much better. I do not want another Troll here, though. Okay, so we're playing against actual burn this round. Against burn, there's no chance I have the time to draw a discard, so I'm just going to hope to draw Faithless Looting next turn and go off. I think if I just draw land, I have to fire off the Goblin Lore. I think that my odds of just... My hand is trash, and like I just may as well randomize it right. That's a very bad draw. Our opponent's missing land drops, but we have a Pain Land. But we're rapidly approaching the point where conceding the game is better than revealing what we're playing for game 2 with Dredge. So we're taking 5 this turn down to 9. Yeah, I think we've, if we get 1 mana burn spelled again, I think we've about reached the point of concession. That should probably be enough if I have any kind of reasonable estimate on my opponent's hand. So definitely Lightning Axing, definitely Gnawing, definitely... It's about the same sideboard as last round, honestly. Yep. Not dead yet. Riftbolt. That's good enough. So, Dark Blast not great. Don't mind Izzet Charm here. I like these 5. I don't like those 4. And I'm skeptical of Vengeful Pharaoh here, because taking the first hit from their creature is kind of sketch. I think the rest of the deck's kind of needed to make the engine churn. I think the next best card to sideboard out is a land, and I'm not comfortable enough with the deck to start doing that, especially when I'm boarding in another 3-drop that I have to cast on time. I'm okay with it because I have a Gnaw. So I'm going to leave the Salvage in my hand to maximize my odds of discarding a Dredger. Even though it's a bad Dredger, I think that with this setup, any Dredge is better than none. I have to fire Lore this turn to just get started and hopefully get somewhere. There's an interesting argument that if I hit a land here, I'm supposed to just draw a discard. I did not hit a land. Yeah, I think if I hit a land, there's a chance I just draw for my turn, go up to 8 cards, discard Stinkweed Imp, and then start doing stuff. That's not right. Let's make red mana. What did I hit? That was a pretty okay subsection of cards to hit for my hand. Also a decent draw. So I'm going to flashback, looting, discard, draw imp, discard. We'll see. Um, Try and set up for the biggest gnaw possible on turn 4, and then start blood gassing my opponent. I guess I draw for my turn before imping, which I don't think changes a lot. I guess there's a chance that I draw the imp and cast the imp. This is Swiss Spear, sure. Not Eidolon, that's fine. Double Swiss Spear, less fine. This may be a spot where I'm kind of, well, not super forced into doing it. Axe. So I'm going to draw Axe for my turn. Axe cast Thug might be better. Let me think about this. Dredge Imp. 5, 5, 10. So I'm dead to 2, 3 damage burn spells here. If I go for the not Axe plan. I like Axe cast Thug a lot. Axe seems really good here. Maybe I shouldn't have played scared and just played for the biggest possible non-X turn. I forgot how Thug works. I keep forgetting about the mandatory part of this trigger where it loops a thing. So I hit a land. I guess I actually just want to keep the Thug on the battlefield here. I'm going to assume that Swiss Spear is going to be more damage than Guide at this point. So I'll just KO a Swiss Spear. My opponent's one short of a Tarkus command plus spells saving Swiss Spear. I guess they could Boros Charm indestructible their stuff. But if that happens, I'm fine with that. Use a Boros Charm. Sure, that makes it a 4, and then another spell doesn't work still. If you happen to have Mutagen in your deck, then whatever. This seems like a spot where I want to Thug. I think Thug saving 3 damage is probably the best it's going to get. And I think I want to hit the Thug itself. I'm going to Dredge Imp on my draw step. Gnaw for like 6-ish. So I hit Troll, the Thug I knew about, another Looting. So I don't survive unless I fire the Gnaw. And I'm doing this in response to the gas trigger so that I gain the most amount of life. I then get back the Ghast. There we go. Kind of wonder if I want a couple Simian Spirit Guides in this deck. I feel like I'm getting choked up on mana to keep doing things. Which might also be a sign that the deck is doing too much with its mana and not enough with its spells. Or dredging. Which seems like a pretty big design flaw. my Dredge Troll. Not sure if I'm at the point where I can flashback looting. Yeah, so I responded to this because I didn't want to lose my Gemstone Mine because the mana on a later turn is pretty clutch. Interesting. If I Dredge, Salvage, leave up. So I'm currently debating dredging Salvage, playing Salvage, and leaving up Gnaw. Because it looks like then I Faithless the next turn. I have this massive turn. I like that a little better than this current plan. And it leaves up Gnaw at all times. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 puts me to 4 immediately, which seems safe. I'm just trying to figure out what the best way around another Atarka's command is. That's nice. I'll get my 2 damage in here. So the important part here is that my opponent attacks for 3 and then grims me to 4. So they need to have, like, another actual spell to threaten me. With Atarka's up. And at this point, if my opponent ever taps below 2 open mana, I immediately gnaw for like 10. Stitchwing, does that do anything here? That seems kind of important. So I think not taking the damage here is pretty clutch. So I can take 1, 2, 3. My opponent still has to do something. What if I just cast Imp instead of this nonsense? I like that. Nine. Yeah, I still have 9 power then. I guess, yeah, this is better. I just need the 2 blockers to get into combat with my opponent. Force them to have actual burn spells to kill me. It is kind of awkward, but I think I might be 1 life short with this plan, actually. But I think I need both the blockers to even get to the point of being 1 life short. Might be 2 life short, actually. The number being that my opponent attacks with the Lavamancer too. So if I go to 4, my opponent attacks with the Lavamancer, they can bolt and then force. So I think the right play is still just like, yeah, I should just fire the Gnaw at this point and hope they don't have it. If they do, I die. So I'm dead to, like, this loses to specifically command, but the other line loses to, like, bolt plus anything. Yeah. Yeah, so dead. Okay. I don't think that played out. Oh, he's just dead to the Lavamancer trigger there. Yeah, just dead. Opponent had so many cards in hand too. Yeah, I don't know what I was supposed to do besides. Maybe I should have fired the Gnaw a bit earlier, actually. It was kind of obvious my opponent had it, but I don't know what I could have done to play around it. I'll have to think about that one for a bit.